Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve cast. I'm Alberto, and it's all Juve all the time. We are going to give you the Juventus press conference by Max Allegri ahead of the final match of 2021 tomorrow against Cagliari. All right, so he kicks off just talking about the last match of the year and how important it is for everyone. And while they're preparing for the holidays and whatnot, the most important thing for them is Cagliari. Okay, and if we think it's going to be an easy game, we are wrong. Now, available players, those who were there in Bologna will be there tomorrow. Okay, so that's what Max says immediately. In terms of Luca Pellegrini was not even assessed, so there's a lot less risk and fear involved in what actually happened to him in the match against Bologna. So that's positive news for the left back. Max continues on saying, in these 2 months between January and February, we will play for the season, but it all comes down to tomorrow first. And he reiterates that the win against Bologna means nothing if they drop these points against Cagliari. He's very repetitive in that sentence. He's been saying that for the past 7 or 8 games, that the win prior or whatever result means nothing if you don't get the next one done. So optimism is always there. Even in difficult times, you have to maintain the right balance. Max continues. He was asked about Raiola's words on De Ligt, the Dutch defender. And Max says, I didn't hear the interview. He's growing. In Bologna, he made 2 great defensive interventions. He's 22. He can grow. The market basically says, "Chi vivrà vedrà," which just basically means time will tell. So in terms of the whole De Ligt situation, this is escalating quite quickly, obviously, on social media, and fans being in an uproar about the potential of De Ligt leaving. Look, unfortunately, I've always had this feeling, because he's a Raiola client, that he wasn't going to be with us forever. I would love for De Ligt to stay with us forever, but I just realistically, it's not going to happen. The positive about it is that we are going to see a lot of money from it, okay? And he is the only player that brings in that amount of capital that quickly. Probably one of two. Chiesa is another. But yeah, if it happens, honestly, it would probably speed up the retooling process drastically and dramatically. Whether or not the team does the right moves with that money, that would remain to be seen, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, to be honest. So if everybody's getting in a panic about De Ligt leaving, look, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. We've found this out a lot as of late. And is it a coincidence that Raiola has a meeting with Nedved, and then, less than a week later, the sirens are going out on De Ligt being potentially available? Probably a lot more behind this smoke, so let's keep an eye on things there. Max on Dybala. Did not train with the team this morning. Taking a risk tomorrow would not make any sense. So again, what we fully expected, Dybala will not be seen until after the break with Chiesa. Danilo is a bit further back, Max mentioning that as well. And Chiellini also will be sometime after the break there. Okay. Max continues on saying, we are doing well physically and mentally, and that the optimism is always there. We mustn't lose our balance in difficult moments. We are missing the points of those famous 5 games, but we have to think about the future and improving the scoring aspect. The scoring aspect, and even just chance generation, has to be addressed. But we need to get these guys back. We need Dybala back. We need Chiesa back, and we need to sort out the chance creation. But all in all, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at the table and you look at where Juventus stands, sure, it's not where we want to be. And Max talks about some of the points that we dropped, which is extremely frustrating. But with a win tomorrow, Juventus would go to 34 points. That would put them in 5th spot, obviously waiting for the results of those other games there. And it would put them 3 points out of 4th from Atalanta. Right now, as it sits, Juve's 12 points out of top spot. So wild things can happen, but none of it matters if Juventus doesn't get the consistency going. I still anticipate Juventus finishing somewhere around 3rd this particular season. Okay. Max continues on. You can't go anywhere with ifs in the market. And Arriva Bene said some things at Bologna. And Max says, with the squad, we will have to get through the season. So Max shedding some light on the January Mercato, and don't expect a whole bunch. Something that we've been saying here at the All UV Cast for a while. If you're expecting big moves, I wouldn't. I expect very, very little, if anything, to happen. Max continues on about Moise Kean. He should play tomorrow, and I'm satisfied with the way he played in Bologna. He made himself available to the team and played a good game. So that's contrary to what a lot of the heat that Moise Kean was taken after his Bologna performance. But Max continues to be consistent in his pressers in backing all of his players, and I fully expect him to do so. Max on do expiring contracts affect the season? Absolutely not, he says. At this moment, we haven't decided who should stay and who should go. There are absolutely no problems from this point of view. So there's a little insight to the extensions, and the guys that are mentioned are Bernardeschi, Quadrado, obviously Dybala. But Dybala, 101% that the contract is done and the extension is done. They're just waiting for the particulars to get done and the announcement, and that comes from Romeo Agresti. So there you have it. The Dybala one, done. Now, Max saying, I feel good in this particular work situation, makes me feel young. I have different players to those I had years ago, and we will improve a little bit at a time. So that's kind of it. In terms of a recap, basically we have to win tomorrow and have a strong January. Keane should play tomorrow. Delict has enormous qualities but can still grow. Dybala, Chiellini, Danilo, Chiesa back with the team on the 30th of December, as per Max Allegri. De Scilia, Bentancur, and Quadrado will be assessed tomorrow. There is your recap on the press conference ahead of Juventus versus Cagliari, which will take place tomorrow. And you know where to be for the match day live. That's right here on this channel, okay, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And we'll take you through all the build-up, all the news, and have fun with some trivia. And then, of course, take the prediction challenge. Make sure you join us and have some fun as we get amped up for the final game and our final sign-off for 2021. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. See you tomorrow morning.